You are listening to the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast, a show by personal trainers for personal trainers. It's time to become a better trainer, get more clients, and change more lives. And now, here's your host, the head coach and founder of Fitness Mentors, Eddie Lester.
Hey guys, welcome to Fitness Mentors Certified Personal Trainer Podcast. I'm your host, Eddie Lester, and I'm super excited to be here today as we are going to be getting into from trainer to influencer, basically how you can build a magnetic online presence that sells. More or less, you might be a personal trainer now. You're looking to maybe make that next step into building a larger audience online, and therefore creating more opportunities to help others while also earning more income. So I'm super excited about this. We're really going to be getting into a lot of great stuff today, but just as a heads up, we are having our Mother's Day sale this week. Mother's Day was yesterday, and we are looking to offer 25% off all of our certifications, including our continuing education, as well as personal training certification, online personal training certification to train clients virtually. And once again, that's 25% off using coupon code FITNESS25. So definitely check that out if you're in need of CEUs or looking to get certified or looking to even build an online business, because a lot of the tips in this particular podcast are basically coming directly from our virtual online personal trainer course. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now we're really looking to assist trainers in that transition from maybe they have a great in-person business, or maybe they are training online, or maybe you're training online right now, but you're just really looking to grow that audience. Because when you grow your audience, you have access to more eyes, more eyeballs that could potentially become clients, and helping them is your job. So that's really what we want to focus on today. When you think of just having maybe 1,000 extra followers or 10 clients, and you're just looking to maybe gain an extra 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, we're going to talk about strategies that really assist with that growth, and then really move into how you can monetize that growth. Because a lot of personal trainers, they might start to get some good traction on social media, but how do you actually monetize that and to turn them into actually paying clients, or use that reach in other ways that are going to allow you to earn income? All right, so let's go ahead and start with just the simplest part one, and that is going to be part one, which is define your niche and brand identity. So as a personal trainer, when we think of what we're doing in person, it's not very easy to say, I'm only going to train one type of client, and that one type of client has to be within my local area. And, maybe defining your niche as a personal trainer and being super particular may not be best for in-person trainers, but when we think of online training, you have access to millions and millions of people online that do fit in a specific niche. So your job when thinking of growing your audience is absolutely to be super hyper specific of who you're looking to help. So you're going to want to go beyond, like weight loss tips or just something simple, strength training, gain muscle, those sort of elements. We're going to really want to focus on, who exactly are you helping, and with what particular problem are you helping them with? So an example of a still relatively broad niche might be busy moms who want to get fit in 20 minutes a day. Okay. Or postpartum moms that are looking to lose the 10 pounds of excess baby weight. Or maybe for athletes over 40 looking to reclaim their performance they used to have in their 20s. Or, training 40-year-olds to feel like they're in their 20s. Past athletes, that sort of thing. So you're going to want to really build a brand identity with this. And when we think of social media, we're focusing here on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, depending on your particular niche and where they might be more focused on online. But with those particular ones, you want to build a consistent brand identity around the posts that are relative to the niche that you want to help. For instance, if you're looking to train previous athletes that want to train like they're in their 20s, you may want to do something a little bit more athletic performance branding, with maybe a little darker colors, a little bit more edgy fonts, things like that. But you just want to keep something consistent. So consistent colors, consistent fonts, and make sure your logo is included consistently posts. If you don't have a logo, that's totally fine too. You might be that logo, your face, so use that as needed. Also, your voice. What is your voice? Are you inspirational? Are you scientific? Are you raw? Are you funny? those sort of things. Being direct, it might be your voice. Or are you just, you want to have a good time and make people laugh while also helping people? And then also your values. Basically, what do you stand for? And how can those values really find their way into your communication, into your messaging, and then create a consistent expectation around what the people are going to be getting that follow you? Is it authenticity, no gimmicks, no BS fitness? What are the values that you really want to instill? And with this sort of overall, for this part one, what I want you guys to do is I want you to write out your brand one-liner. Think of who you want to help and what you want to help them with, and what are directly might you be doing that really allows them to get beyond this particular issue. So something like, I help whatever your niche is, so a specific person or a specific population, achieve what specific outcome, and then without what's the common frustration. If you listen to my podcast before, we do this a lot when we start to define who we want to target in our marketing. And this is super important. If you haven't done this, guys, definitely get something like this down, because it's going to help you build your audience. It's going to really help you with the marketing elements that you are going to. I help, we'll say, 40-year-old men or 40-year-old former 40-year-old former male athletes achieve increased athletic performance like they're in their 20s without spending all day at the gym, or without giving up their favorite beer, or without cutting everything out of their diet, those sort of things. So really you want to, once again, give a specific population, help them achieve a specific outcome without a common frustration that often happens. So, or while keeping your daytime job, your full-time job, things like that. So you really want to identify the population that you're going to want to target very specifically, because when we get into the way that you're posting, what you're going to post, you're going to be targeting them as followers. Super important to keep that in mind. And definitely, if you don't have a specific population you're looking to target, and you're looking to grow your audience online, that could be a great first step for you. Let's jump into part two. And the part two is going to be content that connects and converts. So we think of the content element of online trainers or just online fitness influencers. This is where the followers typically come from. What are you posting? Why are you posting it? What is the intent behind the content? We really want to get into exactly what you're doing. So when we think of this, this might be the hardest part for trainers looking to build an audience is, what do I post? And this is really something where I want you guys to come up with some specific content type pillars that you've seen be successful in the past. And how can you build and grow and educate around those content pillars? Okay. It doesn't have to be the pillars of health like nutrition, sleep, fitness, mental health. I'm not talking those. I'm talking content pillars of specific items relating to content. Whether it's you reading a joke and then getting into a fitness tip or something like that, go down specific content types that you know will be successful relative to growing an audience. What are you going to want to do? This is the 3E formula from our course. And this is basically, what are you going to do? What do you want to post? Which is, you want to do 3 specific things. You want to educate, which that's what we're good at as trainers. We help people with learning what to do in fitness or health or nutrition, those sort of elements. You're going to want to entertain, something maybe we don't think about when we're creating content, but it has to be entertaining. And then you want to empower. So not necessarily is each post going to include all 3 of these, but if you can utilize these types of things to grow your posts and grow your audience, it's going to be significantly more helpful. So for education, you're going to want to create tips or how-tos or debunk common myths. You're going to want to position yourself as the trusted expert. And that's something that your education is really doing. It's like, oh, this person, not only are they entertaining and funny and I like follow them, but they also have some really great tips that I'm actually, taking advantage of or learning from. So educate is number 1. Number 2 is entertain. How can you entertain? There's a lot of ways to entertain, but one of the best ways is to truly be yourself and be raw and be honestly you. Okay. Whether that's, maybe you're sharing some embarrassing, relatable fitness moments, or maybe you're just opening up and being vulnerable to some issue that you had when you were going through the same process that they're going through, or humor, or shared challenges, or shared trends that are common in fitness right now that you might be able to relate to, show your audience. But really through the whole entertaining process is be yourself and be raw, be vulnerable, because that's where the most relatable elements of being an influencer or a content creator online and growing an audience. People want to follow people that they feel close to. There's a study done that directly showed that if someone was more like them or had relatable stories, shared similar experiences, they were 2 or 3 times as likely to follow them and be a part of their audience. Right. And the third one is empower. So empower, you want to not only, we'll say, encourage and educate and entertain, but you really want to help people feel like they can take action. So empower people to live a healthy life, empower them to take advantage of what you're doing, those sort of elements. But also, you can share things like before and afters. You can share testimonials. You can share mindset shifts that you've had, stories that relate to a transformation that's happened with one of your clients or you. What you want to do is you're trying to inspire action. If you can do it, they can do it. It's a great way to think of that. If my client can get through this XYZ, I know you can, especially with my help. That's one way to look at it in a sales perspective. Think of using micro stories too. Something like there's one client, they had this one struggle and they overcame it with this one win. Something like that. Micro stories. Even if it's on a daily basis. Hey, I had a client show up today. They were feeling just tired and lethargic and they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to come in at all, but they showed up. And after they showed up, we had a great workout and they left feeling amazing. And that really motivated them to go home, do their meal prep and live or have a very healthy day. Achieving a specific fitness goal happens one day at a time. And showing up there was a huge win for them, something like that. Micro stories all the time because it catches people's attention. Super important. Also, it's great for great caption wise. Here's this one person. They had this problem. They won in this way. Great for captions as well to create your content with captions behind it. An action step for this is I want you guys to plan a post. So 3 posts this week, one that educates, one that entertains, and one that empowers. I want you to take that specific 3E process, educate, entertain, empower, and create posts directly relating to that. And with content pillars that make the most sense to your specific audience. That's super important. All right, so part 3, we are going to be getting into understanding a little bit about the algorithms and also how the algorithms help you build relationships. So part 3 is grow with algorithms and relationships. And with this, we're really going to look at why it's so important that you post 1 time a day, every single day of the week. And this really does get difficult sometimes because you're like, what do I post? I don't know what to post. And it sometimes gets you to where you overthink and you don't actually create any content and you don't post. So what happens with the algorithms on all platforms is they look for consistency in you and your posts, because if you're consistently posting, they know they can rely on people staying on their application and looking at your specific content. That is their goal. So when they see you post consistently, and it may take 30 days, it may take 40 days, it may take 90 days. If they see you consistently post and you have one great piece of content that ends up connecting with the audience, they're going to send that to go viral. But they only do that when you truly have consistency in posts. But one of the most important things for gaining a following on social media is consistency. And that, in my opinion, is at least 1 time per day or 30 posts per month, 31 posts per month, whichever month you're in. So keep that in mind. But when we think about this, platform priorities, for sure, Instagram and TikTok is going to be for reach. They're going to help you reach more people because their algorithms, they want people staying on their application. So they're showing them new stuff all the time. YouTube is going to be for depth, meaning, hey guys, check out my YouTube video. I'm going to get way deeper into this topic over this 7-minute video on YouTube. But that's not really appropriate for TikTok or Instagram because they don't allow you to post for that long. And then once you have all that, make sure you're pushing people towards subscribing or inputting their email somehow. So if you did a video, make sure you give away the PDF of that specific item that you're helping people with when they submit their email address on your website or wherever they go to download their particular item that you're looking to help them with. Because the goal of monetizing your following and your growth is through owning contact information off of social media. That's really important when we think about monetizing, which we are going to talk about in a little bit. But yes, so create a content plan. Post, literally 5 to 7 reels per week maybe a carousel in there as well. And then maybe some stories every day just based on your day-to-day life and small items that you can help people with. That is kind of the content plan, create that. And then also, when we think of what better also supports the algorithm, you have to also think of what you need to do on top of posting. So reply to every comment that's on your posts, and then reply to every direct message that somebody sends. Also, use polls in your stories. So if there's something that you might have an opinion on, maybe put a poll in there. Say, what do you prefer, 1 or 2, whatever it may be. That creates engagement. That engagement sends more people to your profile and tells the algorithm this person is getting more engagement. So use polls and or questions that are interactable. And then also shout out the people that follow you, whether it be someone that just followed you or commented when you respond to them. Also give them a shout out in your stories. Hey, I had a great chat with this person. I saw that they implemented this tip and it worked so well. So just want to give you a big shout out and say congrats on that big win, whatever it may be. But then also, super important when we think about the algorithm, commit for at least 30 days. Because I promise you, if you commit consistently to that type of strategy, you will grow. And whether it be 10 to 20 to 30 followers, or whether it be by 100 to 1,000 followers, you will absolutely grow with consistency, assuming that you're posting something direct to help your niche and you're connecting with them. All right, part 4. Now that we are starting to understand a little bit about how you're going to grow your audience a bit, now it's time to monetize your audience, but in a way that feels natural. Not just like, hey, buy this protein powder or use my code to get this, fitness training equipment, whatever it may be. Let's talk about it in a way that feels natural and feels like, oh, hey, you're already part of my community. Let's just get one step deeper into my community. Let's do X, Y, Z. So one way that you can monetize, and this is pretty common sense for most personal trainers out there, create a high ticket coaching item. Maybe that's your complete commitment to a specific program that they do if you're an online trainer. Maybe you're doing a complete coaching month that's $600 per month or $1,000 per month, and you are involved with them every single day, communicating. They're also in a high ticket community in which only people are in there that paid this amount of money, and you're helping them directly achieve a very super specific goal and really get them connected with a high ticket offer. Something high ticket is typically in that, $600, $1,000 or $2,000 range for a month of coaching or help or whatever it may be that you're looking to do. Creating that offer is something we definitely help you with in our certified online personal trainer certification. So definitely check that out if that's something that you're thinking about committing to and doing. Definitely check that out. A second way to monetize, well, actually, let's really quickly touch on with your high ticket coaching, have an application that apply to work with me or direct message me so that we can talk further about this. And you can use your direct messages to qualify people relative to, are they able to commit to this type of training at this particular cost? Important to qualify people because it is a higher ticket item. Next one, more medium to lower ticket, is digital products. So this is pretty common for those of you that have seen online trainers do their thing. Create a workout program that they can download for $20 or something like that, or $100 or $200, whatever it may be. PDFs, programs, interactive apps that you might use, like Trainer Eyes, things like that, have a digital product that you can assist people in achieving their specific goal at a lower price point. Maybe even a challenge, 6-week challenge, 75 hard. There's a lot of different challenges you can come up with. But yes, this is an easier entry point for followers that are not ready for the higher end, high ticket coaching, but a great way for them to be involved. So that is an opportunity there. High ticket coaching and then digital products and lower ticket coaching can be something there. Obviously, you have to make sure that your time is well spent and used and not overly taken up by these types of items. But then you can also think about things like brand collaboration. So another way to monetize is through brand collaborations. This is obviously once you get about, I'd say 10,000 is that lower threshold. Above $10,000, you can start to reach out to brands and start to connect with either other people that have a similar following or that are looking to sell something, and create some opportunity to get some influencer dollars through recommending products, recommending brands, being a brand ambassador, even just posting something specific that you use, like that they want to promote their protein powder. Yes, then you can create your, here's my morning routine and include their particular protein powder. Hey, this is my favorite protein powder. Add 2 scoops to my morning smoothie, whatever it is, boom, and then I'm on my way to the gym. That's where you can start to incorporate brand collaborations that lead or that are paid for by those brands because you have an audience of 10,000. If your reach is, 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people per post, that's money well spent for those particular brands. One quick thing that I think a lot of people want to know, what a lot of traders want to know is, hey, how much should I charge a brand, or what's like one post worth with my total followers and my total reach? So a good rule of thumb is around 50,000 followers. You can start to look at anywhere from $600 to $1,000 per post. And that's for recommending a brand specific partnership, including that brand's logo and or product on your page in one post that connects with people. If you have a good reach like that or a good follower count like that, $600 to $1,000 is a pretty common amount to get per post when you have about 50,000 followers. And then it goes down from there. 40,000, you're going to drop into that 5 to 800, 30,000 into that 4 to 600, 20,000, you're starting to look more at that, but a little bit lower there. And then the baseline is around that $100 to $200 per post with a 10,000 or $10,000 to $15,000 follower, 10 to 15,000 follower range. I just wanted to include that because we've been working a lot with some influencers and online personal trainers. And that's what we typically see as far as how much a post is worth. So you may have 4,000 or 5,000 followers right now. It's a good goal to think, if I can get to 10,000, I can start to do some brand collaborations that then I can bring in money through promoting specific products and brands through my page. Now, is that the best way to help your audience? Maybe, maybe not. If it's a product you truly believe in, go for it. But your particular ability to drive your products and sales and coaching is very important as well. Focus on that. But once you start to grow, those other opportunities open up. And as long as it's a part of your values and you feel you're truly helping people through those brand collaborations, absolutely do it. But one action step for this particular focus on monetization is start building one of these offers. Maybe it's your high ticket or your digital products. Start offering those or start building those this week. So if you're thinking about doing this right now, think about what product would you offer? How could you offer it? And set that up so that it's available for people to purchase. We'll say 5 to 10 weeks. Start to build that and grow that. That's something that you can monetize with whatever audience size you have right now. But guys, once again, when we think of the funnel of making money, start with great content on TikTok and Instagram, gain a following through those platforms, push people towards your YouTube and longer form content platforms, even your website, whatever it may be, and then make sure you can get their email address somehow, some way. That's the monetization strategy of the fitness influencer. Online personal training makes sense for that too, to help grow your specific particular platform. But when we think of wrapping all of this together, it's all about making sure that you're connecting in the right way. So you're putting out content that is directly targeted towards helping your particular niche with your brand identity involved. And when we think of that, we then are thinking of the content that that particular niche wants to see. You're educating, you're entertaining, and then you're empowering those people through your platform, through your socials, through your posts. Your growth focus is consistency is absolutely king on these. And especially when we think about TikTok and Instagram. I highly recommend that you get a 30-day plan in and you have posts for those 30 days. And remember, it doesn't need to be perfectly manicured posts that have this perfect start and ending and everything's right. It could be just you probably talking into the camera about an issue you had. If it's the end of the night, you're like, dang, I didn't do my post today. Get your camera out and say, hey guys, I'm just about to go to bed, but have this story I wanted to share with you. Boom. 30 to 60 seconds is the sweet spot for these post lengths, especially Reels and TikTok. Videos 30 to 60 seconds is that sweet spot. Maybe even that 20 second can still get some people involved, but the algorithms love that 30-second sweet spot for Instagram and TikTok, which is where most of your reach and growth is going to happen. So keep that in mind. But consistency, super important. Once again, IG or Instagram and TikTok for growth, YouTube for depth, capture their email. That's how you're going to monetize your inputs down the road. Create that content plan, then you'll really respond to every single interaction that you have, whether it be through DM, whether it be through comments. Super, super important on those platforms because it tells the algorithm this person is involved and wants to get more people in. And that basically tells the platform that, oh, this person is keeping people inside our application for longer. So we're going to reward that. Super important. And then monetization. What are you selling? What are you trying to drive income through Is that through high ticket coaching? Is it through medium ticket coaching? Is it through digital products? Is it programs? Is it an online app? And then once you start to get that growth, where can you start to reach out for brand collaborations? We will be doing more insight into brand collaborations in the podcast in the future. We have a great section on how to fully optimize brand collaborations to make money as a fitness influencer, online personal trainer, and how that all fits together. Because I know a lot of you are out there maybe, okay, I have 10,000 or once I get to 10,000, what do I do? How do I reach out to these brands? What happens? It's like we have a full, educational piece in there that will really assist you in understanding how to drive your monetization through brand collaborations and partnerships. Super fun and enjoyable there. And I know that's a topic that a lot of you are like, what do I do once I have a reach? So those are kind of the four main items that I wanted to discuss today. And, when you think about this, I really want you guys to focus on clarity, consistency, and connection. Okay. You're doing this to help people. You keep that in mind. You help a specific population with one specific issue that's going to be a very specific target. There's millions of people that are in that exact population that have that specific issue that you can truly help them with. But be clear about how you're trying to help them, who you're trying to help. Make sure your content reflects that. Post it consistently. And then connect to the people that do follow you, that are DMing you, that are commenting, and build a connection through relationships and consistent communication on the platforms. Once again, guys, when you're thinking of getting into this, if you really want to commit to this, definitely check out our online personal trainer certification. It's on our site. It is actually 40% off right now. If you go to fitnessmentors.com/offers, it's 40% off right now. Once again, that's fitnessmentors.com/offers. And you can definitely pick that up and get started kind of at least, getting an idea of what it's going to look like as you build your online business. The human connection is so solid and so strong that is something that's very important that will never truly go away because you're providing an experience and building a human connection in person. But for those of you that are really looking to help more people at scale, that's really what the online training and specifically our course is here to help you do. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Go ahead and actually follow us on social media. We've been doing a lot more educational posts as well as entertaining posts, as well as empowering posts to help you in your journey at Fitness Mentors. That's on Instagram and on TikTok. Posted a lot more there to really help trainers just like you. So go there, check out those tips, as well as share this podcast with anyone that you're looking to grow with. If you're even looking to partner up and start an online training business, or if you know someone that's looking to grow their following, send it over to them as well. Guys, I really appreciate you hanging with me for the Certified Personal Trainer podcast, and I will see you next week.
As always, thanks for listening to the Certified Personal Trainer podcast. You can learn more about Fitness Mentors at fitnessmentors.com. Be sure to share this podcast on social media. And remember, we are here to help you succeed.